Okay, so we're here out at the polls today. I'm standing with Dave. Dave, what kind of issues in today's society drove you to the polls this morning?
Well, it's the economy mostly, and also the border.
Okay, and then how does this election feel different than previous elections?
I feel there's a great excitement for the getting out the vote for Donald Trump.
Okay.
I feel that he has shown that he is going to take care of the economy and the border, and also safety.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of your day.
Well, my name is Gabriela Rodriguez. I'm representing Delaware Valley University, the DVU Media Club, and we're just trying to gather thoughts and opinions about today.
Okay. I think there's more people voting in person this year than there was the last election. That's just my opinion.
I think people are even more polarized, if that's possible, and more passionate one way or the other. Our rights in general, I think, are at risk. If Trump wins, we're not going to recognize our country. And this dark vision of who America is, I do not subscribe to, and that is not the world we live in.
And my first question today is, what brings you here to vote?
I'd like to see a change with the current administration. I'm here for the Trump.
Are there any issues that you feel like have been overlooked during this campaign?
Border control, inflation.
The sixth.
What qualities do you look for in a candidate?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Someone who has experience, somebody who is qualified, somebody who cares about America, the middle class.
And my last question for you would be, how could this election impact the future direction of the country?
I think this is going to be do or die. It's going to take one turn or another. I think this is going to be crucial for our safety, for our country, and for our economic growth.
I'm here with Jeremy. Jeremy, what issues in today's society drove you to the polls this morning?
I like to have a leader that is, this country is going to be respectful to everybody, and shows, what, common decency is.
Yes, sir. And how does this specific election feel different than others you may or may not have participated in before?
It feels like I'm making a choice for my two daughters and my wife today, more so than I have in the past.
Thank you so much.
Yep, absolutely.
We're here with Ed. Ed, what sort of issues in today's society drove you to the polls this morning?
Biggest is just the high cost of living.
Okay.
It's impossible to afford anything right now. Now anyone can lift up $100 worth of groceries, not because they're getting stronger, but because now it'll fit in one bag. That's the big driver for me and a lot of other people. The foreign policy decisions that we were seeing is just scary. We're on the brink of World War III, and anytime something happens, there's an attack, or people just feel that China's spying on us, sending spy balloons over, and the response from our current elected leadership is, oh well, what are you going to do? Or in the case of Israel and Palestine, we have to support the people who kidnapped a bunch of people.
Okay, and how does this specific election feel different than others that you may or may not have participated in before?
What feels different is the type of people who are coming out to support Trump. In a lot of other elections, you'd be able to just look at a line of folks and be like, not even talking to them, they're voting for Trump, they're voting for the Democrat. You could get that sense. Now you're seeing people you would never think in a million years would ever vote for a Republican aren't just voting for Trump, they're out here working with us.
Today, really the future of the democracy in this country is at stake today. This is the most important election we've ever had, in my opinion. I don't think my life will be affected one way or the other, but future generations' lives will certainly be affected.
Okay. And how does this specific election feel different than other ones that you may or may not have participated in?
Trump is trying to upend everything, and he's an authoritarian. He has authoritarian leanings, and he does not respect the rule of law. Okay. So it's so different from anything else.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
It's an incredibly important election, and I am voting on behalf of my two daughters. Women's rights are top of mind for me right now, again, as a father of two daughters. Beyond that, I think there is just a moral imperative of this election.
Now we understand everything we do is setting an example.
It's important to keep the focus on being able to talk to people that may not agree with every single thing you think.
In my mind, it was just a clear choice.
Yeah.
Made up my mind based on the economy, immigration, a whole slew of issues. Solving these problems will maybe ease the unrest and the divisiveness.
I think that she's just an all-out candidate, and she covers most of the issues of today, and I'm very happy about that. And she makes no bones about Trump.
People seem very positive.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think they're excited about what's about to happen.
The day has been good. I'm feeling hopeful. I really am. And we always bring our son out to vote. He's a big reason we came out to vote. Abortion care, women's health care is a big issue that's important to me, and also climate change, and that he has a world that's even better than the one we have now.
The big one is democracy and women's rights, Social Security, international politics. It's all paramount. all this infighting, all this division between the country. I really want to see that stop. I want to see the Middle East settled. There's a lot. The economy. There's a lot. And I know one person can't do it all. It's really Congress. It's the Senate. That's, to me, actually more important.
Student loans. There has to be a way of going to college without being bankrupted or not being able to buy a house or have children.
I think this election will decide the fate of a lot of marginalized people and a lot of policy that affects people's day-to-day lives.
Decency and women's health are on the ballot, and it's important to me. I have 3 daughters, and when I get out the vote and put the first woman and women of color in office, that's important to me.
This year, it feels like our choice is more impactful than ever.